There once was a very old woman. She lived a long and full life. But as she grew older, her health began to fail. She was unable to provide for herself, and she became very, very poor. Sometimes she was hungry. Often she was cold. Many times she was sick. She had no living relatives to take care of her. Well, except for one. She had a small grandson. And together they would wander through the wilderness searching for food. Sometimes they would dig up roots that they could eat, or they would collect wild berries. Or sometimes her grandson was able to snare a small animal for meat. But it was never enough. Now her grandson was a delightful little boy. People in the village loved him. As a matter of fact, they had a nickname for him. They called him the Drip-Nose Boy. Because his nose was running both in the winter and in the summer. Drip-Nose Boy loved his grandmother. But it made him very sad whenever he saw that she was hungry or cold or in need in any way. Many times when other children were playing, he would be out gathering firewood so she could stay warm, or he'd go searching for herbs so she could make medicine to feel better. One day, when she was not well, he went out into the wilderness to think. I know I'm not very big, but I should be able to take care of my grandmother, but oh, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And then he had an idea. I know what? I'll go see the mountain man. He's always been kind to us. Well, in the winter, he brings us blankets and firewood. And not only that, he is the best bow maker in all the territory. Maybe he can teach me how to make a bow and arrow. And if I had a bow and arrow, I could take care of my grandmother. Mountain man! Mountain man! Mountain man! And so off he went in search of Mountain man! Mountain man! Mountain man! Mountain man! Ah. Drip-Nose Boy. Yes, sir. Why do you seek me? Well, I want to ask you a very big thing. And what is this big thing? Well, it's so big I'm afraid to ask. Tell me this big thing. Well, it's the biggest thing that one man could ask another. So tell me this thing, okay? I want to learn the bow making power. The bow making power. Yes, sir? If I teach you the bow making power, Drip-Nose Boy, what will you do with it? Well, if you show me how to make a bow and arrow, I'll go hunting, I'll shoot a deer, and then my grandmother won't have to be hungry anymore. And again, Drip-Nose Boy. Well, if my bows are very, very good, I could trade some bows for some new cloth, and then my grandmother, she could make herself some new clothes, and she wouldn't have to be cold anymore. And again, my grandson. Well, my bows are very, 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 very good. Oh, I could trade some bows for a horse, and then when we move a village, grandmother won't have to walk and get so tired and become sick again. And again. Well, my bows are very, 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 very good. In the spring, I could go go on the buffalo hunt. And if I were to shoot a buffalo, oh, my grandmother would never be in need again. But Drip-Nosed Boy, what do you want for yourself? For myself? Nothing? Many years ago, when I received the bow-making power, I heard the voice of the cedar tree tell me that I must never share this power with anyone. Unless that person came to me, wishing nothing for themselves, but wanting only to serve others. Drip-Nosed Boy, you are the very first to come to me in this way. You will make a fine bow maker. And so all that winter, Mountain Man showed the Drip-Nosed Boy how to make a bow and arrow. He taught him how to bend the cedar wood, how to attach the bowstring, how to put owl feathers on the arrow so they flew straight. And when the spring came, Drip-Nosed Boy had a beautiful bow and arrow. Mountain Man lent him his old yellow horse so he could join the spring buffalo hunt. At first, Drip-Nosed Boy stayed behind all the other hunters because, well, he was very shy because he was the youngest one in the hunting party, and, well, his clothes were old, had patches, and he was riding a dirty old yellow horse. But as soon as they saw the buffalo, he joined right in. As a matter of fact, his arrow was the very first to bring down a buffalo. As he was preparing his buffalo to take back to his grandmother, some of the other hunters stopped to talk to him. Drip-Nosed Boy. Yes, sir. Where did you get that bow? I made it myself. Do you think you can make another one for me? And right then, Drip-Nosed Boy remembered the words of Mountain Man when he said, because you wish nothing for yourself, but want only to serve others, all your needs will come to you. And from that day forth, they no longer called him the Drip-Nosed Boy. They called him the Bow-Maker Boy. And he and his grandmother were never in need again.
Yeah!